Hi, it's Dwyer, keepingitfree.blogspot.com. It's September 2012, the day after Bill Clinton's speech at the Democratic National Convention. Now, I've watched the GOP convention and the Democratic convention, and politicians are taking an awful lot of credit for an awful lot of things, right? Well, I really do feel that young people, in particular, young minorities, need to have a skeptical eye on all the things that these politicians are taking credit for, right? You really shouldn't believe that any great man somehow opened the doors, or great woman somehow opened the doors for minorities, and that it's because of the actions of that great man or woman that minorities have opportunities. No, what's opened the door for minorities? It's the same thing, in my opinion, that has opened the door for a lot of poor people over the last 30 years in the world. And that's markets. We shouldn't be celebrating some politician allowing us into the party. Rather, we should be celebrating the demand for skills and services. Put another way, I was raised hearing that Branch Rickey opened the door for African Americans to play baseball. Far from it. What opened the door for African Americans to play baseball were the skills and talents of the black baseball players that literally would have discredited baseball if baseball did not acknowledge that talent base. Okay? All I can say is, there's no well-meaning white person out there that allowed blacks to participate, for example, in the Olympics, right? No, it's the talent level. It's the skills of the black athlete that literally gave the Olympics a choice between having some exclusionary event that lacked credibility or having a true competition of the best in the world. Right? Just like you can't have a boxing Hall of Fame without considering Latino fighters. You really can't have, baseball, track and field, politics, without including people of color. And so we all need to be careful. While it's great to celebrate Lincoln, Branch Rickey, and others, Bill Clinton, while it's great to celebrate them, let's remember that there's a market out there. And if that market is exclusionary, if it excludes people on the basis of gender, race, birthplace, then that entire status quo is going to lack legitimacy. And so I don't feel that minorities should feel that grateful to anybody before they feel grateful for their own skills and talents. Right? If we had a heavyweight champion in some organization that excluded Latinos and African Americans and Asians and people of other faiths, Jews, Arabs, then that heavyweight champion would lack legitimacy. He wouldn't have the market power that he or she would have in an inclusionary status quo. And so we really need to understand that no one is doing minorities favors when they open doors that should already be open. You know, it's possible that we should view any exclusionary regime, baseball before Jackie Robinson, as really having numbers that aren't credible, because we know that the competition was limited. It wasn't world class. If I were to start a hockey league and exclude all whites, then sure, I could give trophies to the scoring leader and the team that wins, etc., etc., but they wouldn't be the world's best, right? Because my pool would have restricted the talent pool, right? My league wouldn't have the best players in the world, right? Calling my league's winner the champion would ring hollow. And so sooner or later, market forces, consumers who want to see the best, who want a product that has credibility, would literally force my hand into making my league inclusionary. Right? And so that's really what we should be celebrating. It's a bit stunning to me that many people are hostile to markets because, quite frankly, nothing is lifting up the standards of living of the poor globally more than markets. Right? What put Usain Bolt in the men's 100-meter finals at the Olympics is the market of people who demand to see the best in the event. Right? Usain Bolt should feel grateful to the market and his own skills, because that's what got him in the event. Right? What he shouldn't do is to believe that there's some great person generations ago who allowed him into the event. That's not the way life works. I got news for people. You know, the Montgomery bus boycott. Let's get real for a second. If the city of Montgomery wanted minority money, they were going to have to give minorities equal treatment, right? Over time, minorities weren't going to financially subsidize a bus system that had them unable to sit in the front of the bus, right? And so as we look at events, let's realize who has the power and who doesn't, right? Let's also realize, too, that if Lincoln did not free the slaves, just imagine the blowback, the consequences and repercussions that would have happened in international trade. Just like South Africa got excluded from the world economy before the end of apartheid, the United States almost certainly would have been heavily penalized for its human rights violations, right? We should be grateful more to the strength and abilities of minorities, right? You know, the economic and political markets. We should be more grateful to those than to any one individual. Markets are bigger than that. Thanks for listening to this rant. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments here on YouTube. Visit us at keepingitfree.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching.